が出没し、猟銃を使用した捕獲を行う場合であります。発砲。安全確認。はい。
Konnichiwa and hello. I spent some time this past summer traveling around Japan, having a great time and absorbing the culture. Surprisingly, while I was having the time of my life, the local news was filled with reports of bear attacks. I'd heard of encounters in the remote parts of Hokkaido before, but these were on the outskirts of Tokyo. The government even dispatched a self-defense force to deal with the problem. And the issue was so pervasive, the word bear was selected as kanji of the year. So clearly, Japan has a problem with guns, which is a lack of guns. The population is left completely defenseless against these furry aggressors. This made me curious about the role firearms play in Japan. So, I hopped on the Shinkansen and headed to Kyushu for a history lesson.
Hi there, here I am at Kokura Castle in Kitakyushu, Japan, former site of the Kokura Arsenal.
The arsenal was the largest arms factory in western Japan, producing both conventional and chemical weapons. The castle itself was rebuilt in 1959. It now houses a museum that displays antique firearms and other artifacts from its past. The famous samurai Miyamoto Musashi has a close connection to the castle. Musashi lived and taught at the castle for a time. There's this cool interactive display that will give you a random quote from his Book of Five Rings. The top floor of the castle has a cozy little cafe where you can have a drink and enjoy the view of Kitakyushu. So if you enjoy historical arms and armor as much as I do, Kokura Castle is definitely worth a visit. Kokura has to be the luckiest city in Japan, if not the world. The arsenal was the original target for the second atomic bomb. It was only saved from nuclear annihilation because it was obscured by cloud cover. Nagasaki was the backup target and not so lucky. Nearby the castle is the Kitakyushu City Museum of Peace. It's a window into Kokura's past, showcasing not only the arsenal, but life before and during wartime. At one time, the efforts of the entire community surrounded armaments production. The museum has some fascinating displays and really highlights the tragedy of war. From here, I headed back towards Tokyo with a stop in Osaka. Outside of a few unfriendly airsoft stores, I found no firearms content, so I made the best of it. Back in Tokyo, I paid a visit to Chicago Regimentals. Located in Ueno, a short distance from Okachimachi Station, they specialize in deactivated firearms. Honestly, seeing all of these historic firearms destroyed was heartbreaking. But because of the strict Japanese laws, this is the only way that residents can possess them. To me, it's the same as buying a taxidermied version of an animal because you can't own a live one. I briefly spoke to the owner, who declined an interview. So, did I ever actually find functioning firearms in Japan? Yes. Just a few hundred meters north of the Shibuya Scramble lays Shibuya Firearms Incorporated. Tiny by American standards, the store is limited to shotguns and bolt-action rifles. They also carry optics, ammo, and hunting supplies. Although very polite, the owner declined to be interviewed or to allow me to photograph or film in the store. So because I didn't want to go away empty-handed, I decided to pick up a souvenir. I got this cool little booklet about how to get your gun license in Japan. I skimmed through it while enjoying my Starbucks overlooking the Shibuya Scramble. It did not disappoint. It was filled with illustrations of cute little anime people doing gun stuff, while going over the do's and don'ts of gun ownership in Japan. So that's the extent of all the gun content I found in my investigation. As for the bear problem, the root cause is Japan's population decline. When the more rural, outlying towns and villages are abandoned, nature fills the void and bears spill into the populated areas. Also, Japan's hunters on average are over 65 years of age, and the young people moving into the cities are just not keeping the tradition alive. A Japanese friend of mine suggested I should contact their government and offer to hunt the bears. This poses an interesting solution to the problem. Tourist hunting visas. It sounds great, but would have to be highly restricted. Left unchecked, American hunters would probably wipe out the bear population in under a weekend. Even with tight restrictions, Japanese firearms laws would make it unfeasible. Now, in my opinion, the best solution would be for Japan to subsidize and encourage younger hunters. so they can keep the tradition alive while solving the bear problem. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give a share. And if you do visit Japan, please observe all local laws and customs. Sayonara!